Welcome to the broadcast of News Hour on Sun TV, the pulse of the nation. You can also follow us on Facebook at Sun TV and on YouTube at Sun TV Live. Now the major headlines. Federal government sets 14-month deadline for Abuja-Kaduna Zaria Road completion. The presidency dismisses court order against Tinubu. Iron Messenger, and now the news in full. The federal government has given Inferiors Construction Company a 14-month deadline to complete the reconstruction of Section 2 of the 777 billion naira Abuja-Kaduna Road project. The project involves building a 700-kilometer road with a concrete reinforced pavement and solar lights throughout. Minister of Works David Umahi announced the deadline during the flag of Section 2 in Kaduna. The project is divided into 3 sections, Section 1 in Abuja, Section 2 and Section 3 in Kano. Julius Berger had initially worked with the project, but was relieved of the contract due to disagreement over cost variation. However, Julius Berger had completed 240 kilometers of the road before handing over. Inferiors Construction Company would focus on completing the remaining section. The presidency has also directed the construction of an additional 11 kilometers to connect to the road to the Aminu Kano International Airport. Upon completion, the road is expected to reduce accidents and heavy traffic, boosting connectivity between Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria, and Kano. The government has also emphasized its commitment to completing the project within the set deadline, ensuring transparency and accountability throughout the process. Information Minister Mohammed Idris stated that President Bola Tinubu is resolute about expediting the project completion, assuring that no contractor will be allowed to delay the project. A U.S. court has directed the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Drug Enforcement Administration to release files related to President Bola Tinubu past investigation. The ruling delivered by Judge Barry Howell of the U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. on April 8 mandates the agencies to conduct searches and process non-exempt documents in responses to the Freedom of Information Act, request filed by the American researcher Aaron Greenspan. The presidency has dismissed the court order, stating that the records, which dates back to 1990s drug trafficking investigation in Chicago, has been publicly available for over 3 decades and pose no fresh concerns for the president. Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onoagua, said there is nothing new to be revealed. The report by Agent Morse of the FBI and the DAA has been in the public space for more than 30 years. Meanwhile, the former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, however, has welcomed the court order, arguing that if it's closed, the record prove the president ineligible to hold office. Tinubu should set aside for the sake of Nigerian global image. Atiku emphasized the need for full disclosure on matters such as alleged falsities and academic credentials, stating that no one occupying the presidency must be of tainted character. The Transmission Company of Nigeria has restored bulk power to the national grid through its 130 kilovolt Owerri Adhoda transmission line. The line was reconnected to the grid on April 11 after completion of reconstruction. Efforts following vandalism that caused the collapse of 4 transmission power. Within the restoration, the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company can now supply electricity to Bayelsa and parts of Rivers, which has been experiencing outage since the vandalism on March 11. TCN's General Manager, Public Affairs, Nidimba, stated that the company remains dedicated to providing reliable power across the nation. TCN encourages community to join in the fight against vandalism of critical transmission installations. The company emphasizes the importance of protecting national infrastructure to ensure stable power supply. The restoration of the transmission line is expected to improve electricity distribution to affected areas. The People's Democratic Party in Sokoto State has expressed concerns over the administrations of local government funds under the current All Progressive Congress-led government. The PDP state chairman, Honorable Bello Aliu Gurunoyo, highlighted the need for greater transparency and accountability